Lewis, the 2021 season was another strange season, obviously beginning it behind closed doors. Just on that, what is the feeling playing behind closed doors with no fans in the ground?
Yeah, it's a very strange atmosphere. Obviously, before you get a wicket, you've just got the lads around you to cheer you on, basically. So it was very strange at the start. Yes, you got used to it, but it was much better in that second half of the season when we had the fans back.
I think you touched it there from an individual perspective. When you're out in the middle and you do something relatively well, does that the lack of atmosphere, I guess, have an impact on how you then take that forward deeper into the game?
No, because as a player you have to kind of have your own intensity, but in the same breath you miss that. You miss the little buzz that you have with people talking around the ground while you're watching, and yeah, it was really missed, especially last season and half of this season. And as I said, it was great to see people coming into the Upton Steel County ground again.
And then looking at it from a team's perspective, let's reference a T20 night, for example. You're coming out to 3,000-4,000 people in the ground as opposed to none. How much of a difference does that have walking out to an empty crowd for what is usually such an emphatic evening?
Well, it gets your adrenaline going more when there's a crowd here, and as I say, you play every game on the field, and when a crowd is there, it just matters more because you got fans paying to come and watch you, and you want to do well for them as well. And when they're not here, and as we said at the last year and the start of this year, you miss that buzz after a game where they were all cheering, you hit the winning run, got the wicket, and yeah, it's just brilliant that they're allowed back in.
And then again, to take it sort of on an individual basis, you scored your first class 100 for quite a few years this season, away at Gloucestershire, obviously, so at an away ground and again in front of no fans. Just how was that accomplishment? Was it sort of squashed a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But the lads kind of made it a nice occasion for you as a teammate. When everybody does well, 5 wickets, 100, we try to make it as loud as possible to kind of trying to get that effect into the individual successes. So yeah, a little bit, obviously really proud to do it, but the lads kind of tried to make the atmosphere when you got to those 3 figures or 5 wickets.
And then fast forward a couple of months, obviously scored a century down here at Upton Steel County ground in front of fans against Sussex. So your first one at home, again, how did that just differ from the one you posted earlier away at Gloucestershire?
Yeah, it was completely different because there was a massive cheer for one, which is just fantastic. But yeah, it's been brilliant. There's been so many people coming into the ground as well when it's reopened, and just to do well for the fans and to see us doing well for them is even better through the year.
And if we take it to another extreme, again referencing the fixture against Sussex on the first day, we had over 3,000 people coming in and out the ground throughout the course of the day. A recent record, to our knowledge, in first class cricket, especially on the first day. How much motivation, I guess, did that have for you to go out and perform on that day for the amount of people that was in the ground?
Yeah, well, people were coming in, wanted to showcase the club in a positive light, which I think we've done really well at in the past year or so. And yeah, you wanted to do well for them, and you want them to come back next year for day 2, day 3, day 4. We want people in. The people that have come in this year have seemed like they've thoroughly enjoyed the cricket, and we've had, as you say, record crowds for the first day of the championship game, which is fantastic. And hopefully next year we can get back to those full capacity crowds in the Vitality Blast as well, and that'll improve the occasion even more.
And finally, just to touch on the support of the members and fans a little bit more. Obviously the past 18 months has been tough for everyone throughout the world, but how important is it to you as the players to see the continued support throughout the course of a season where they can't come to every day of every fixture, for example?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Even when they couldn't come in, you've seen obviously Twitter and Facebook and social media go up because people are trying to stay engaged with the lads and with the cricket, which is great to see. And as I say, we are going places here, especially the last couple of years. And obviously it was tough last year, and those members and fans that donated their membership for the 2020 season. Obviously, we're really grateful for that, and just since you've been back in, you've been brilliant, and just get ready to support us again in 2022.